Think we are live. Hello, and welcome to the Back to School special for Ask Kristi Business English Open Forum. I hope everybody had a nice summer season. I'm not sure where you are in the world, but here in France, it was hot. So the month of August, it was nice to take a break and not be here in my office that was kind of like an oven. Anyway, so I hope that you had a nice summer season and you're ready to get back to the grind of autumn when the sort of back to school season. I realized, I'm not actually a student anymore, but in September, I just love that back to school season, kind of getting your books and new shoes and pens and pencils. It always makes me kind of want to get motivated and get back to work. So we are here getting started for our return to my new course, which is this Business English Open Forum. If you haven't already seen them, there's a few videos from the events that I did earlier this summer where I was getting started. Today, what I hope to do is just to kind of get started up again, introduce myself again, and sort of remind us of what this class is, how it can work, and what kind of fun stuff we can do here to help improve professional communication. So this is a class that I'm offering this to people who speak English as a second language and people who want to improve their business English or their professional communication, something that I know can be challenging and difficult no matter what level your English is at. If you are a beginner, of course, it's even more challenging. But even those of us who speak English as our native language can always improve on how we communicate professionally. So it's not just the vocabulary. It's not just what you say. It's maybe how you say it. It's not just what you say, but it's how well you can listen. And I hope here at this open forum, we can create a place where people are comfortable to come and ask questions, share their stories and challenges, and I will put in my input, and hopefully we can all learn from different subjects, etc. So if you pose a question, I will do my best to answer it. If you have a story of something that was difficult for you, oh wait, hold on, sorry, my microphone's kind of down out of the way. Oops. Let's get the microphone where maybe you'll be able to hear me. Hopefully you've heard me already. If you have a story of something that happened to you in a work situation where either you didn't understand something or someone didn't understand you, or you weren't sure what to say and things maybe got a little awkward or difficult, please share your story with me, and I will use that as a base to start a conversation so that we can all kind of learn from it and consider how maybe it could have been handled better or differently, how different reactions might lead to different solutions or situations. So this is a class that, well, first, before I jump in too much about that, let me reintroduce myself. I am Kristi. I'm an American, and I used to live in Japan, so I speak Japanese. I now live in France, and I speak French. I work most of the time. I've been the manager of businesses. I've been the employee of businesses. I've worked in corporate America. I have done a lot of different work in my life. Right now, I am mostly working as a recruiter, which means I find people for jobs. So it's sort of in that headhunter or research recruiting work, which I really enjoy. And in that work, there's a lot about communicating, a lot about how you communicate with people and listening. So it's something I find fascinating. I also, as I mentioned, I worked in corporate America. And when I was at that company, there was a lot of internal corporate type communication that I found at first challenging. And then I had to sort of learn how to communicate within that company. So it was like learning a new language. So I can really sympathize with people who speak English as a second language who have to approach a professional way of communicating. It's a little, can be a little bit mysterious. So I'm happy to be here to help you improve your professional English. So in addition to working as a recruiter, I also have my online school, which is Juku Kristi, which you can find at jukukristi.com. I will be sure to put I'll put a comment down below that has easy links so you can always find me and stay in touch. Looks like my camera moved. There we go. So Juku Kristi is a place where I generally base some small, semi-private courses that are kind of high-level English practice. And through the course of several conversations, I really wanted to create a class like this, a free weekly event that is open to everybody who would like to have access to a teacher. You can ask me a question. I will do my best to answer it, and we can all kind of learn and improve together. So if you have a question, my answer might help somebody else before they even know that they needed to answer that question. So I think it's a really great way for us to share what problems might come up when you're trying to communicate in business English. So I'm just getting started, and I'm hoping that this will work. I cannot do this alone. This class will only be awesome if you ask questions or submit stories and problems so that I can use that as a starting point for discussion. I did have a couple people ask me some questions over the summer, and I would like to address a concern that was brought up. Somebody was feeling shy. She wasn't sure if she wanted to give me a question or tell me a story because she didn't really want her name to be in this live event. And she thought she had to come on to the live event to share her story. So let me put you all at ease. You do not have to share your name. You do not have to come on and join me here at this live event. All you have to do is send in your question or your story, and I'll tell you where it's at this email address, questions@jukukristi.com. I will put that down below as well. Send me an email at questions@jukukristi.com, and I will then say the question here, and I will do my best to answer the question, but I do not have to expose your name or any of your details. As far as joining me here on the class, really, that's not, I wasn't planning on that. Although if somebody wanted to come here and express themselves, maybe we could work that out, because it might be fun to have students come here and get that level of conversation happening. But what I really want to create here is a safe, comfortable place where people can express what they don't understand. If you don't understand something in your professional work or how you're handling with clients or your boss, I hope that you can come here and ask the question, share the story, listen into other people's questions and stories so that we can improve, everyone can improve together. I know that when you're at work, it can be difficult to ask questions. And actually, I have one student who was going through a professional situation, and she asked me the questions instead of asking at her office. One of the things that made me think this class could really be a great resource for people who want to improve their business English. So yeah, go ahead, send in questions, send in your stories, and we'll get the conversation started. I will have this event here at YouTube every Monday. It'll be 10 p.m. in Tokyo, it's 3 p.m. in Paris, and 9 a.m. in New York. Coming up later this autumn when we have the time change, that might get a little bit tossed around, but for now, those are the times, and you can join me here live. But I know there's a lot of people who aren't available live. All of these will be collected, and there are videos that are kept at my YouTube channel, Juku Kristi. So you can go back and see some of the old ones where we talk about different questions that have already been asked. In addition to these live events, I'm hoping to get over to my website, which is jukukristi.com, I'm going to be creating a email information source as well to keep in touch and maybe give out a little bit more information, maybe some information about writing, etc. I know some people have asked about writing. This live event is more about speaking, communicating in general, giving some tips about that type of interpersonal communication. Writing skills, another thing that I love to do. Not quite sure how well I can help people in a larger format. Here with this live event, anyone can join in. You can ask questions, you can learn. For writing, that gets a little more difficult, but who knows? Maybe we can find a way. So over at my website, jukukristi.com, you can either sign up. There's a email, or there's free membership, or I have smaller private classes that I think are kind of fun called small talk classes, where I build up small conversation classes around a particular subject. So there's also things going on over at my website that get a little more detailed than here, which is a broad open format, open forum to help you learn, to help you improve your professional English. So let's see, I wanted to talk about that. So you kind of know a little bit about what I'm hoping to create here. I touched base on the fact that I need your help. I cannot do this alone. I need to have you submit questions, tell me your stories, share this with your friends. I want this to kind of be a large community. So the more people that share, the more opportunity everyone has to learn. So I think it could work, but kind of need to get the word out there. And there was something else I wanted to say. Back to school, getting this started. I did want to touch base, and I made some promises that I was going to improve my technical connection here, because my camera connection isn't necessarily the best. So I'm working on that to get the camera set up better and connecting with OBS, so that I can have words on the screen, so I don't have to show you questions at jukukristi.com. But you know what? There is always room for improvement. So I will get better with better lighting and hopefully get my camera lined up better, because it seems like it's maybe not so awesome. So what I ask of you is to please leave a comment below this video. Let me know maybe what I can do to help make this particular course even more useful for you. Send me in questions and comments, etc. And I'm looking forward to making this a great free weekly resource so that you can improve your business English. Until next week, I hope that you have a fantastic week, and I will see you when we come back next Monday. Bye.